Welcome to my M416 assault rifle weapon review. Today I'll be talking about how the gun handles, various stats, and as well as giving my opinion of the weapon. So firstly, some brief real life history of the M416. It's also known as the HK416 and was made in 2005 by a German firearms company. The US Army Delta Force replaced the old American-built M4s with the M416. Now back to BF4, the M416 is a very popular weapon choice. It's one of the top used weapons and it's used in a lot of competitive matches, and you can also unlock it relatively quickly. As for the stats, the M416 rate of fire is 750 RPM, so it's one of those weapons that can still be effective in close range combat, but you're not going to be taking down your enemies that quickly. However, its slower fire rate means it's a more controllable weapon for medium and long range distances. As for bullet damage, it starts dropping off at 8 meters, and any distance over 55 meters, the damage per bullet will be 18, which is pretty typical for all assault rifles. The ADS bullet spread while standing is 0.2 degrees, which is typical for most assault rifles, but it's better than, say, the FAMAS and the L8582, while its ADS while on the move is 1 degree, which is the same for most assault rifles. Now to the recoil, the M416 upwards recoil is 0.32 degrees, which is on the more lower side of things, while its left recoil is only 0.1 degrees, and right recoil is at 0.3 degrees. Now the 0.1 left recoil is really good, but the M416 does have a fairly strong right recoil. Now in terms of how that reflects how your gun handles in game, expect the M416 to have a fairly strong pull to the right, which isn't going to suit everyone, but I'll get into that more later on. The muzzle velocity of the M416 is 600 meters per second. It's not exactly one of its strongest points, but 600 meters is still fairly decent. Its bullet speed is ranked 8th for the assault rifles, while the AUG A3 is in first place with 670 meters per second. Now the most strongest feature of this weapon is its reload speed. It has a tactical reload speed of 1.85 seconds, which is extremely fast and comes in third place against all automatic firing weapons in the game, and second place against the assault rifles. The empty reload speed is 2.4 seconds, which is also very fast and comes in third place when comparing to all the automatic firing weapons, and second place against all the assault rifles. Some more stats for the weapon is its first shot multiplier is 2.2, which is kind of in the medium range for assault rifles, so you may want to think about attaching the angled grip under barrel attachment to this gun. It also carries a 31 bullet in its magazine, including one in the chamber, and the max travel distance of the bullets is at 870 meters. Now, here's my opinion. I used the M416 for a whole week in various types of maps and game modes, and I know it's one of the top competitive weapons in the game. However, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but unfortunately the M416 just isn't for me. It doesn't match my playstyle at all, and I hate the fairly strong right recoil. I know I'm going to get so much hate over this, but really guys, stats in my opinion isn't everything. It's only going to get you about halfway there, and the other half is you finding a weapon that suits your skills and playstyle. I hate countering horizontal recoil. It's just not enjoyable, and it's a lot harder to counter than vertical recoil, so countering horizontal recoil is something you're going to need to get good at to control this weapon. Its rate of fire of 750 RPM is good, but overall the gun just feels like it's just good or decent in all aspects of a weapon. For me personally, I usually don't go for a jack of all trades kind of weapon or a good all-rounder weapon. I like to go for something that's strong in a number of fields but weak in the other, so I can easily adjust my skills and attachments accordingly. Now this is just my opinion, okay guys, so the gun for you may feel completely different. One thing though where this gun is really good is TDM matches. I loved using the M416 here. Slap on the silencer, and if you find yourself successfully flanked the enemy and have about 5 to 7 targets in front of you, The M416 allows you to take out 2 or 3 unsuspecting enemies, while the quick reloading puts you back into combat very quickly so you can engage and take down the rest. In saying that though, you can achieve pretty much the same thing with any fast reloading carbine. Now, as for attachment recommendations, I would say the angled grip underbarrel attachment, just to kind of bring down that first shot multiplier just a little bit. But if you need some more accuracy, then put on the stubby or potato grip. Barrel attachments, I would still go for the muzzle brake on this weapon, but if you find yourself struggling to control that right recoil, then swap the muzzle brake over to a compensator barrel, just to help you out a little bit. As for the sights, just choose whatever suits you, and situationally, I usually go with the Coyote sight for close range and the ACOG for larger maps. My final rating for this weapon is it didn't make the top 3 assault rifles, so I was a little bit disappointed, but that's just how it is. Thank you for watching my review of the M416, and I hope you guys have learned something new from watching this. If you'd like to talk to me about anything in this video, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear everyone's opinion. Next week, I'll be reviewing my favorite assault rifle in the game, the L85A2. So if you want to see that, please subscribe to my channel. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.